Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Urvashi and today this video I'm going to be talking about Mars's transit in the zodiac sign of Aries. From Mars is entering the sign of Aries on the 16th of August, and on the 10th of September Mars goes retrograde in Aries. Till the 4th of October Mars stays in Aries, but it is retrograde. From 16th to 10th of September it is direct. 10th September it goes retrograde to the 4th of October. 4th of October it enters Pisces in retrograde motion till the 14th of November. Till the 14th of November. 14th of November it goes direct in Pisces, and then it will re-enter Aries on the 24th of December. It will then stay in Aries till the 22nd of Feb. So this entire transit is from the 16th of August to the 22nd of Feb. In between it is going to go retrograde and it is going to go back into Pisces. So Mars is going to be in Aries for almost 4 months. In fact, more than 4 months, but in between it is going to go back into Pisces. So, but other than that, Mars is in Aries for almost 4 months. I've made one video where I've talked about Mars's transit in Aries, which you should see from your ascendant. In this video, I am going to be talking about Mars from its natal position. So in this video, you should watch from where Mars is in your natal chart. Let's suppose your Mars is in Capricorn in your natal chart. So please watch this video from Capricorn or for Capricorn. Yeah, I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. If your natal Mars is in Virgo, then you watch this video for Virgo. If your natal Mars is in Aries, then you watch it for Aries. So don't watch it from your ascendant, watch it from the house or the zodiac that Mars is in your natal chart. Okay, so before that, let me give you a few more important details about this placement and share with you what this position is generally like. So Mars is in a movable sign, and it's in the sign of Aries. So the 4 other houses that will feel this energy very strongly, other than Aries, if you are an Aries ascendant, you will feel this very strongly. If you are a Cancer ascendant, Capricorn, or a Libra ascendant, because then in that case it's going to be in one of the Kendra houses. Or you're a Aries moon, you're a Cancer moon, you're a Libra moon, or you're a Capricorn moon, you will feel this very, very strongly, because in that case it is going to be in a Kendra from your Lagna or moon sign. Those are very, very important houses. You don't need a dasha to feel the impact of such a transit. You will feel the transit and you will feel the placement of all the planets that are in the Kendra always. So in that case you will feel this very strongly. Since this is in Aries in its own sign, this is a Mahapurush yoga, this is a Ruchak yoga. So in your Kendra house you have a Ruchak yoga already. So for the movable signs you have a Ruchak yoga in your transit. So it's a very, very strong energy for achieving something. If this is in your 3rd house, this right now I'm talking from your ascendant, 3rd house, 6th house, 11th house, these are the Upachaya houses. So if it's in one of the Upachaya houses, even then it's a very good transit for you, because the Upachaya houses are the houses where we put in effort, and those houses, the planets posited there, keep growing with time, and there you will see a lot of growth. You will make a lot of effort and the energy will be there helping you achieve whatever targets you make for yourself. So 3rd house means you are a Aquarius ascendant, 6th house means you are a Scorpio ascendant, and 11th house means you are a Gemini ascendant. So for these 3 zodiacs also this is a very, very good time. And for the Kendra houses, I've talked about the first 4 movable signs. For those 4 signs and these 3 signs, 7 signs, good 6 months of action. This is like an action packed, depending on how you take this. I will start with Aries. For Aries, it's a new beginning. If your natal, Mars is in Aries, so this is going to be in Aries. This is going to be a Mars return for you. So Mars has come back to its natal position. This is a time of great activity for you. You could be starting something new. A lot of energy is going to be utilized in many activities that could be planned by you, or that may not be planned by you. This could be a conscious effort, or this could be without any focus, but the activity and the energy level is definitely going to increase for you. It's definitely a time for new beginnings. So if you have something in mind, you can start now during this transit. I'm not saying immediately now, during this transit, when you have the other planets also going direct. After Jupiter goes direct and Saturn goes direct, that will be a better time to initiate. So you can, correlate it with the other transits, and you could find a good time to start something new now. Mars is in natal Taurus or it's in Gemini, then this is like the closing of a cycle for you, because now Mars has come down to Aries. Let's suppose your natal Mars is in Taurus, so Mars is now coming to Aries. So from your natal position, Mars has taken a full cycle and it's in the last house. So whether it's in the last house or it's in the 11th house, Taurus and Gemini, almost Gemini is going to feel like you have achieved something. But you may be now thinking about whether this is really what you wanted, whether it was worth all the effort. So such thoughts could be coming to your mind. For Taurus especially, there will be a lot of restlessness. You may feel discontented. You may feel as if you're stagnating, and you're in some kind of a rut. You may feel bored. You may want to try something new. So there could be a certain level of change going on in you, if not externally, on an internal level. And you may be planning or you may be thinking that you need to do something new. You may yet not have any idea what you want to do, but since the cycle is finishing, you will feel the strain of it finishing. You may feel a lack of purpose. You may feel stuck up. For Gemini, it could be like an achievement. You could be achieving something, but at the same time, you'd be thinking, was it worth it? Was this really what I wanted? That kind of a situation. For Cancer, it's going to be like a mixed thing. For Cancer, you will also feel there is a kind of, some kind of achievement is happening. You are moving towards your goal. You are utilizing your skills and accomplishments. You are putting in all your efforts, and now you will feel there is some kind of a response you're getting in result of that. So you will start getting results, definitely. And for Cancer, Mars is in the 10th house, so it's Digbali, and you will feel that you are getting some kind of a result. This is maybe not exactly what I aimed for. I got to do something else as well. So good time for Cancer to put in your energy, somewhere. Now I'm going to talk about Leo and Virgo. So both Leo and Virgo, they will be working with a lot of new skills. You would have accomplished something, and now after that accomplishment of skills, knowledge, some kind of skills you may have acquired, something that you started about 2 years ago. You could be focused about it, you may not be focused about it, but there is always some kind of a learning that we're doing in these new cycles. So certain skills that you have acquired, you will now put in all your effort, and your effort will start coming back to you in the form of certain results. So there is a sense of achievement for both Leo and Virgo people. You will feel there is something coming back to you, but at the same time, you may feel a little drained out. You may feel you don't want to put in your energy so much into something, but Libra is going to feel more of this. So in spite of feeling that whatever you started, if your Mars is in Libra, that is, you started something about a year ago, and now you may feel that some of your goals are being accomplished, and you have overcome quite a lot of obstacles, and you have achieved certain skills, and you have certain mastery over certain tasks. You may be reaching your aims, some of your aims, but at the same time, because Libra means your Mars is in Libra in your natal chart. Now here Mars is in opposition. Mars is the energy level. You may feel a little drained out. There's less of energy in you. You may need to rest more. You need to rejuvenate. So Libra people, I would suggest that you rejuvenate. You spend some time for yourself. You take a break. Spend some quiet time at home, because Mars is also aspecting your second house with your family. So even though you're feeling very protective about your work, your wealth and everything, you need a break, Libra. You may feel a little exhausted. Now I'm going to be talking about Scorpio and Sagittarius. So Scorpio and Sagittarius people are going to be questioning themselves. Okay, I've started this, whatever I've started, but am I committed to it? Is this really what I want? Is this the best option for me? If yes, is this how I achieve it? Is there another way around? Can it be done in a better way? So Sagittarius and Scorpio people, you'd be on track to doing something. You're already on track, and you've already had certain aims, you already have certain plans, but a lot of questioning is going to be happening for you, and but you will continue moving forward in spite of the doubts. Then we are talking about Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, of course. So for Capricorn, especially Aquarius, Pisces, let me talk first about Aquarius, Pisces. Aquarius and Pisces people, you are going to feel that there are a lot of delays, lots of challenges, lots of obstacles, lot of detours that you got to take, lot of you got to do lot extra to achieve something. If you want to get something done, you got to make a lot of extra effort. So even though Pisces and Aquarius will feel this more, even Capricorn is going to feel it. You will feel there are obstacles, something or the other is always happening. Whenever I get down to doing something, there's always some kind of a break. My attention is required somewhere. I got to be looking after the kids. The lockdown is happening. So again, this is going to be delayed. So all these three signs will feel this quite a bit. Aquarius, Pisces and Capricorn. But Capricorn is also now going to be moving forward. If your Mars is in Capricorn, you're going to now start moving forward with also lesser obstacles. There still will be obstacles, lesser obstacles, but a lot more doubts in your mind. Aquarius and Pisces, lots of challenges. Capricorn, yes, challenges, but challenges will be easing out, doubts will be there, whether this is what you want to do. So this is the kind of an energy that all of us are going to be feeling in this transit. But other than that, remember, for these three signs, for Aquarius, for Scorpio and for Gemini, this is a good transit. For the 4 movable Rashis also, it's a good transit, but a lot of energy in the Kendra houses. Action packed this time is going to be. So that is all for now. We'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye for now.